Hi everyone. Today I'm making tin fish curry with my way with brinjal, eggs, potato, and that's a hyper intelligent vacuum cleaner. So what you're going to need is a bowl with onions like sliced in half moons, not chopped. If you don't know what vadago is, then you can use half a teaspoon of mustard seeds. There's garlic cloves sliced. Got red chilies and green chilies and curry leaves. Okay, so that's going to start braising now. Then I have my potatoes cut lengthwise, the brinjals, aubergines in lengthwise and halved because they're a bit too big. Tin of tomato with a teaspoon of puree, and any tin fish, Glenrake, Fulchits. Yes, the only bowl that's missing is my masala, and I'm just going to use 2 teaspoons of masala with a teaspoon of chili powder, and you just let this braise a bit until it's ready for your masala. So I'm browning my onions on number 4. That will be medium heat. I started on a high heat to get the oil going, and I'm just waiting for it to be just ready to add the masala. And all I'm using here, I've put fine salt. I usually cook with coarse salt because this will be a reasonably quick curry. And I've just put for a tin of orchards and a tin of tomato, chopped tomato, 2 heaped teaspoons of Kashmiri masala, a heaped teaspoon of chili powder, Kashmiri chili powder, because as you can see I got quite a few chilies fresh from the garden, and the curry leaves as well. So it should be actually quite spicy. If you want it more spicy, just add another teaspoon of chili powder. So after about 10 minutes, to me it looks ready for the masala. And there it goes. This is going to be a spicy curry. I wish you could smell it. It smells divine. It's that vadago. It's a special mix of certain seeds and fermented onion. So if you ever find it somewhere, great for veggie dishes as well as fish curries and crab curries. And now I'm going to throw in the tomato, chopped tomato with a teaspoon of tomato paste. Give it a good stir. You'll see it's catching now on medium, so you're going to lower the heat. I'd put it down to 2. Now this tin of chopped tomatoes has some tomato in there. I'm going to add about a quarter tin of water. Give it a rinse in there and pour it into this curry to stop it catching. I'm going to let that braise a little bit, I would say for about, or cook rather, for about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to add my potatoes. But what I'm also going to do is the top part of this tin fish, the sauce part, I'm adding into here, not the fish. Some people remove the skin of this fish, canned fish or tin fish. I don't. So now, as you can see, with a little bit of water, it's a nicer gravy, and we're going to leave that for about 15 minutes on number 3. So it's been about 10 minutes. My phone, difficult to hold this phone and stir a pot, but My stove is very fast. I mentioned before we have different stoves, so you play around with the heat like you want to. I'm going to leave this for another 5 minutes and then I'm going to add the potatoes. So it's 5 minutes later. I'm now going to add the potatoes. And add a little more water. I'm going to raise the heat to 4 so we can get some bubbles here. Just make sure your potatoes are submerged in this tomato sauce. And leave it to cook. I would say when it gets to a bubble in about 3 minutes, you can turn the heat down. I would turn it down from 4 to about 3, and then we'll add the brinjals. So my stove is quite fast. It's on 4 for about 2 minutes and it's starting to bubble. I'm going to lower this heat to 3 and wait for the oil to come up a little bit, get that shiny look, and then I'm adding the brinjals or aubergines. So it's been 10 minutes on number 3. Just make sure it's not catching. Feel free to add a little water at a time. And for some reason when you cook with tomato and potatoes, the potato takes a little longer to cook. But I do add my brinjals early because to get the flavor in, and it also takes a while to cook. So pack it in between the potatoes. I'm sorry, my finger keeps showing through this camera. You can see I'm an amateur. Okay, so from some of that brinjal water, which I had soaking in a little bit of salt, I'm going to add it in. Should be another half a cup. So half a cup with the potatoes, half a tin with the tomatoes, and now another half a cup. You want it liquidy, so it allows the potato and the brinjal to cook. So now you can just leave this until the potatoes are cooked. So you can add your fish. It's far from ready. If you want, which I'm going to do, is turn up this heat to 4 again for a few minutes till it bubbles, and then I'll bring it down to 3. See you soon. So it's 5 minutes into this curry, and I left it for 2 minutes on number 4. I brought it down to number 3. I'm just here to check whether it's not catching. Everything seems to be fine. Yeah, so I can just wait until the potatoes are cooked now. So it's been 10 minutes since the last video. I'm going to check whether the potatoes are cooking by using a sharp knife. Seem to be going in. Sorry, wrong focus. They seem to be going in. Now I'm going to, I think I should leave these potatoes a little longer. Yeah. I would leave it for another 10 minutes. I'm leaving it on 3 just to make sure it cooks. And do my, wait, gotta pick up this lid. So, the lid, give it a shake. I know it just needs the potatoes to cook a little bit more. Hi, I'm back. I had a chat with my puppy to stop barking at the gardener. So instead of 10 minutes, I left this for 15 minutes. You can see the glossy look. So now is the time for addition of the tinned fish. I'm sure if I check the potato, perfect. Going in very easy, see? So let me arrange the fish in and I'll show you a picture after that. So I've put the fish in. Don't know if you can see. Here it's whole pieces. You can either divide it now, but for the space in the pot, if we can go back a bit, leave it whole. And what I've done is now I take another 1/4 cup of water and I put it into the fish tin. Swirl it, I wouldn't say 1/4 cup. Yeah, less than that. And throw it along the sides just to get all the sauce out. And I'm going to leave it on this heat, which is 3. Mine will be like low medium, I suppose, until the oil comes up again. So it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to just check the potatoes are cooked, I think. Let me check. If the potatoes are not cooked to your liking, then leave it for another few minutes. Yeah, I think it's just got a little bit of resistance. I'm going to leave it. In fact, the telltale sign that everything is cooked in this pot is when the oil comes up and everything is shiny and it looks neat. Then it'll be time for our eggs. I've conducted a float test on the eggs so I know they're fresh. If eggs float, they're bad. If they sink, they're good. So I will just leave this for a few more minutes. Well, I'll tell you how many minutes more until it's all glossy on the top. That means the oil has come to the top. And I will put in my eggs and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes since our last video. I am now going to make little spaces in this curry, 4 to be exact, because I'm putting 4 eggs in there. And once I crack all the eggs in, I will show you. So what I've done is I've just cracked these eggs into those 4 spaces I've made. Just crack them in whole. See? And I'm going to cover this and leave it until the eggs are cooked. Everything else is cooked. So it's been about 5 minutes on the same heat. 3. The eggs look cooked. And pot to shake. I think the yolks need to cook a little bit more. And believe it or not, Solenka, I do have fresh coriander from the garden. Yay! We're having a drought where I live. So I'm going to put this stove off now and let it steam on its own. and it will be ready to serve. Thank you for watching. So this curry has been simmering. The stove's off. I'm leaving it to just get the yolks hard. You can have it with rice or roti or fresh white bread. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye. Till the next time. I also need to mention that maybe a pinch of sugar sprinkled over will take the acidity out of the tomato. At this stage, you can check your salt and make sure this tin fish curry is as you want it to be.